Hey, ¿qué tal amigos? ¿Cómo están ustedes? Bienvenido nuevamente al canal de Venezuela News y Verdades Sin Fronteras. Mi nombre es Juan Torres y gracias por estar aquí presente. En esta oportunidad quiero mostrarte una entrevista traducida en español de Tucker Carlson con un miembro de la comunidad negra. Señores, esta entrevista está muy buena porque él dice algo muy importante que está haciendo Donald Trump, que los demócratas nunca pensaban que los republicanos iban a llegar a tal punto. Y él dice también que el 80% de la comunidad negra está determinando votar por Donald Trump. Hay algo en particular que dice este sujeto, que si Donald Trump llega a un punto exacto o algo que se podría hacer, el Partido Demócrata está acabado, señores, para la comunidad afroamericana. Esta entrevista está muy importante y quiero compartírtela contigo y vamos a verla juntos. Presten mucha atención a lo que les voy a mostrar a continuación. Miren esto, señores.
About 30% of the black vote has left the Democratic Party over the last year. It started with our George Floyd interview, and then black people started paying attention, and now it's leaving. And Joe Biden's in a panic. The Democrats are in a panic. This is catastrophic for them. No Republican has gotten over 20% of the black vote. Nobody's gotten over 15%. If Trump gets 20% of the black vote, the Democratic Party is done forever.
Do you think he has a chance?
Oh, I think he's got a chance to get more. My next podcast coming out this Tuesday is going to be Donald Trump, the true first black president. Because the Democrats have finally done to Donald Trump what they've been doing to black men for 200 years. What they did to Donald Trump in New York is the Rodney King tape of the Democratic Party coming after white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. Most coups start at the top. They don't start at the bottom. We very seldom see a Mao Zedong coup where they fight for 20 years. And,
right.
Usually they go and shoot in the head. They shoot and then take over like they're doing in Africa right now, right? Yeah. They go to the top and just kill him and they're in charge. That's what they try to do to Trump. Trump is not just the leader of the Republican Party. Trump is the leader of white Anglo-Saxon Protestants who these people despise and hate. They have an enemy that they're trying to kill. And it is a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. It's not that they dislike him. The evangelicals, they despise them. If you put that group and you talk about what they agree with and about what the Democrats and the liberals agree with, polar opposites. Direct polar opposites. And they know that Trump is the leader of that crew, that crowd. That crowd is his basis. That crowd is where he gets all of his power. And they know that if they take out Trump, who's going to take his place? Who can walk up right now if Donald Trump is destroyed in the Republican Party and have that crowd come behind him like they've come behind Trump? I don't think the person exists. And they know that. And so this was how the Democratic Party does a coup. They don't use bullets. They use the justice system. I mean, look at who they locked. They locked up Manafort. They locked up, they're trying to get Bannon now. They locked up the trade guy with China. I forget his name.
Peter Navarro.
Yeah, Peter Navarro. They got Navarro locked up now. Now they got Trump. I mean, the people don't see what this is. When's the last time you saw somebody go to jail for contempt of Congress? How come Eric Holder's not in jail?
Or Hunter Biden.
Yeah. Bannon's going to jail.
I know.
Navarro's in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Trump's the first person in the history of the country they ever tried for what he tried him for. Oh, yeah, they coming. And what they're doing is shooting across the bow to see how we respond to it. Because if we don't respond to it, they're going to keep doing it. And right now, the people are responding in a way that they didn't expect. They see it. What's the old poem? They came for the labor unionists.
I said nothing. Yeah,
I said nothing, and they came for the soldiers. I said something, and they came for the Jews, and I said nothing, and they came for me. There's no one to speak for me, and that's why you and I speaking out and telling people whether you like Trump or not is irrelevant at this time. They're coming, and they're not going to stop because evil people and crazy people don't know how to stop. They don't stop until everybody's dead. If history tells us nothing, it tells us that. Adolf Hitler went until Germany was destroyed. Mussolini did the same. The crazy jokers in Japan did the same. They kept going until the nation was destroyed. These people have taken abortion from Roe v. Wade all the way to 9-month abortion. Now they're in perinatal abortion. You hear about that in California?
No.
They're voting for an abortion bill that will kill a child 28 days after it's born. Yes, it's in the House in California.
Ya va, ¿qué? Yo no sabía esto tampoco. Vamos a volverlo a...
For an abortion bill that will kill a child 28 days after it's born. Crazy jokers in Japan did the same. They kept going until the nation was destroyed. These people have taken abortion from Roe v. Wade all the way to 9-month abortion. Now they're in perinatal abortion. You hear about that in California?
No.
They're voting for an abortion bill that will kill a child 28 days after it's born.
Wow. ¿Están escuchando eso? Wow.
Yes, it's in the House in California. Perinatal, after birth. Why? Because our argument was solid with them. Well, when does life begin? We started kicking their butts. It begins at conception. Okay. Well, we can kill them in 3 months. Well, what about 1? Well, what about 5 months? Well, okay. Then, well, okay, you're right. We'll take it to the 9th month then. Well, if you can take it to the 9th month, why not after? You're giving us permission to do that. You've given us permission to commit murder. Let's do it. It's logical, isn't it? Why not? Our logic is winning out, Tucker, and they're telling us, yes, you're right. We can kill them anytime we want to. The same thing with our logic when it came down to homosexuality and all this kind of stuff. They talk about, oh, no, people are born gay, but then they did the Human Genome Project, right? Didn't find no gay gene. They did the twin study. And when one twin was gay, the other twin was gay only about maybe 20, 25% of the time. So it couldn't be in the DNA. You see what I'm talking about? So they start saying, no, what? No, it is a choice. You're right. But we've gotten the law passed now. They don't try to argue that any longer. It's irrelevant. The law's passed. And right now, since states can now do whatever they want to do when it comes down to abortion, hell, I guess it's just a matter of legalism, isn't it? Like Dred Scott. Dred Scott is not a man that a white man has no rights and a white man need to adhere to. So you've told us with abortion, and this has always been amazing to me. I remember when Scott Peterson killed his wife, remember Lacey?
Yes.
You remember he's charged with 2 murders, isn't he?
Yes.
How is that when the baby wasn't born yet? How is that?
Because everybody knows that.
Everybody knows.
It's a person, of course.
Everybody knows. But we have said that the mother has a right to kill that child whenever she chooses. So if it's a person here, it's a person. Oh, it's a person here. They know it. But we've allowed that legalism. We've allowed it to stay. And now we're going to have to deal with it.
So, I mean, it's human sacrifice. I think it's pretty obvious.
Of course it is.
This is a religious right.
Yes.
But at some point, our people are punished.
Yes.
For killing, for example, for sin. Our nation's punished.
I think they're by God. And I don't think it's God punishing them. I think that what happens is he takes his hands off and you become a virtueless people and you start killing yourselves. It was interesting, the commandment that says, honor thy father and thy mother so your days will be long on this earth. And people always think that means that God will punish you for not obeying your father and your mother. No, it is a harbinger. It tells you the type of person that you are. And my dad would say, if you do not honor and obey me, you won't honor and obey the police. You'll go outside this house and you'll disrespect the wrong person. And that wrong person is going to bust a cap in your head. So when you are disrespectful to your parents, it tells the type of spirit you have in you, an arrogant, prideful, disrespectful spirit.
That's right.
And that's going to get you in trouble outside of the house. And the people outside of the house don't love you like your mom and daddy do. And somebody's going to either lock you up or put you in jail or kill you. That means you have no respect for yourself. So you're going to be doing dope and drugs. You're going to be out there fighting and acting a fool. So it's a harbinger. So when people kill their own children, you tell them that you can kill them inside the womb. Well, why do you? Well, that means you can kill them outside of it too. So why do you think the murder rate's so high in the black community? There's no virtue in life. You told them you can kill them inside the womb. So why can't I kill them outside the womb? So now we're killing one another. And now the nation is dying. And when you don't have any respect for life, you have no respect for anything else because that's the most important thing. Our Bible tells us, I lay before you blessings and curses, life and death. Choose life so that you and your children shall live. Choose life. We're choosing death. Democratic Party is a death cult. They know what they're doing. You take away the rights of people to keep and bear arms in a war zone?
Wow. Impresionado, de verdad, me gustó este segmento de la entrevista. La entrevista dura 2 horas, pero obviamente le traje lo más importante. Él dice que en la palabra dice que elige la vida ante la muerte para que tus hijos viváis. Pero porque muchos demócratas eligen la muerte. Entonces él tiene mucho sentido porque hay muchas mujeres que si son capaces de hacer este tipo de acción antes del parto, son capaces de hacer cualquier cosa después del parto. También él dice algo sobre una legislación en California que se aprobó por parte de Gavin Newsom y la Cámara de Representantes de California. Muy interesante esta entrevista, señores, donde él dice que la comunidad negra, la comunidad afroamericana, se está trasladando al Partido Republicano. También, en el programa The View, Joy le preocupa que Trump saque al aire a Madhu de MSNBC y el The View. Resulta que estos medios de la izquierda ahora se están preocupando de que si Donald Trump llega a la Casa Blanca, comenzará a encargarse a cerrar todos los medios en particulares de la izquierda. Miren esto, señores.
So you said recently that you thought that you, as an outspoken critic, could be a target yourself. Some people think that sounds overdramatic, but I'm right there with you. I think that he is so vindictive that he will go after, however he has to, through the IRS maybe, or even through sponsors to get us off the air maybe, or you. Yeah. How seriously should we be taking that?
Well, so I was asked, am I worried about me? And my answer was, I'm worried about all of us. I'm no more worried about me than I am worried about everybody in the country. I think it's bad to have somebody saying, give me as much power as you can in this country so I can use it to go after other Americans. So I can use it to go after these subhuman internal enemies and I'll destroy them. Like, that's just not a good system for anybody. And I don't think anybody's safe if that's the sort of basis on which he wants to get more power. Well,
remember when Nixon had an enemies list? That was a proud moment for a lot of people if they were on the enemies list. Maybe we need to turn it around like that.
Well, I think that if he decides that he's going to go after you or me or anybody who's well known, we have resources, we'll likely be fine. But I think there's a pattern where he picks out individual people and effectively terrorizes them. There's Stormy Daniels wearing a bulletproof vest to get into the courthouse, right?
Once you have political violence, you have fascism following that.
Ok, entonces estas mujeres lo que quieren generar al público es el terror, el sentimiento de terror, el sentimiento de mucha desconfianza a Donald Trump de que él va a ir en contra de cada medio de comunicación. Pero déjenme decirles que nosotros no somos como ellos. Ellos sí son capaces de cerrarte un medio de comunicación, ellos son capaces de silenciarte, ellos son capaces de hacer cualquier cosa para que tú no difundas una información que va en contra de sus principios, en contra de su ideología izquierdista. Pero como nosotros sabemos y estamos seguros de que el pueblo estadounidense está en el lado correcto, no vemos la necesidad de cerrarle sus medios de comunicación porque aparte que las personas no ven esto porque tienen una baja tasa de vistas en las redes sociales y la única forma para obtener, se podría decir, interacción en las redes sociales es hablando de Donald Trump y haciendo este tipo de contenido donde supuestamente están siendo amenazados por parte de la derecha de que si gana el 45 y vuelve a la oficina oval, podría ser ellos objetivos de un cierre completo. Ellos también indican de que nosotros tenemos los recursos para poder eh, crear otro medio de comunicación, pero más allá de todo esto nos sentimos apuntados de ser censurados por parte de la derecha. Entonces, me parece muy interesante este tema y quiero que me digas tu opinión en la barra de los comentarios de hasta qué punto están llegando estos demócratas para para hacer parecer al público en general que ellos son los buenos en esta historia, pero es todo lo contrario. Amigos, déjame saber tu opinión en la barra de los comentarios sobre este clips y también de lo que le dijo un invitado de la comunidad afroamericana en Tucker Carlson, que el Partido Demócrata se está quedando sin el apoyo de estas comunidades que tanto le han dado el voto y primera vez en la historia de los Estados Unidos que las cosas va a cambiar, que las cosas van a cambiar. Déjame saber tu opinión y nos vemos en unas horas con un siguiente video. Hasta luego.